Look outside.
2 games apiece. We go back to the top of the order for each team. Tania Falbo ready to roll for Maryland Eastern Shore.
Be a good time to get her second strike of the day right here.
She got it.
Very nice, doubling up right there after Maria Rodriguez's perfect strike in the 5th. Tania steps up, and then this is just great touch. You see the 6 go to the sidewall, snapping the 10 out. That's big stuff there.
Although an academic All-American coming in as a substitution in this championship for the normal leadoff bowler Paula Villas. Brittany Hamilton ready now for Vanderbilt. And she leaves the 8 pin. Vanderbilt starting to slip here. Only the 2nd frame for Hamilton that she will not get a strike in. John Williamson, the 2007 National Coach of the Year. That was the year he led this program to the national title, and they beat Maryland Eastern Shore at this point, 4-3. Still could happen today. Just gets it. Hamilton picks up the spare, and Vanderbilt's down by 23.
Bad news for Vanderbilt. Martha Perez is getting up, and she has been brilliant today.
Perez with 2 strikes in a row coming into this frame. Looking for her 3rd. Nails it again.
Yeah,
that's actually 4 in a row.
Yeah, and you wouldn't expect anything different. She's been bowling magnificently all day, and when her team wasn't working on strikes, she would get them jump started. She's perfect in this match, and now it's a double and a 3-bagger, all of which she's been a part of. Look at this shot here, shreds the rack. That's just awesome.
Just the turnaround in emotional energy from this Maryland Eastern Shore team. I mean, in the 2nd and 3rd games, they looked defeated. They've really picked it up here in the 4th and 5th. Seen a lot more smiles over there than we were earlier in this match. Kayla Rhodes leaves the 10 pin.
Pretty good shot there, only to leave the soft 10, and all of a sudden now you can start to feel this game slipping away, the momentum back into the corner of UMES. See the coach, Josie Ernest, talking to Kayla, saying, hey, come on, don't worry about it, just cover the spare. And you know, you never know what's going to happen. But all of a sudden now, I kind of feel a little shift in the force.
I agree. Momentum seems to be swinging over to Maryland Eastern Shore. Rose looking for the spare. Got it. So she picks up the spare. There's Josie Ernest in her first season as an assistant coach here. She was a 2-time NCAA Bowler of the Year. In fact, she was the first to ever win the Bowler of the Year in back-to-back years. She was MVP of the 2007 National Championship, graduated last year, and doing what she does best, being around this sport, now in a coaching role. But last year she was among them standing as a competitor. Here's Angie Ramirez.
And it looked like it was going to be high out of her hand the whole way, Sam, and luckily enough, no big wide open splits.
Fairleigh Dickinson and Nebraska, our last 2 champions before we have these 2 teams that were represented on that national champions honor roll. Fairleigh Dickinson and Nebraska actually could have given us a rematch of last year's national championship. They went into yesterday's semifinals undefeated, and these 2 teams had to beat them twice to get to this championship match. Ramirez picks up the spare.
Angie Ramirez actually was wearing a TENS unit on her back yesterday with some back spasm issues. Somehow fought through it, and she's hanging in there nicely today.
Well, these teams have been competing here since Thursday. And both of these teams, as I just mentioned, this is their second match of the day. As Vanderbilt had to get past Nebraska earlier today, Maryland Eastern Shore defeated Fairleigh Dickinson. And here's Sarah O'Brien, who stays seated in between her bowling opportunities because of the hip issues she's struggling with.
Her first bad shot today.
Yeah. Had to pace her this weekend. She hasn't rolled a full day except for today. She's been taken out of the lineup in order to rest, but this is when you got to go as long as you can.
6-count washout, and at a really bad point in the match. This is now turned into a 36-pin deficit if she were to convert this washout. And one thing that I've noticed about the two teams, Sam, tell me if you're kind of feeling it. Vanderbilt, very methodical in between shots.
Yeah.
UMES, they just kind of step up and go.
Vanderbilt definitely has a slower pace. She doesn't pick up the spare, leaves the open frame, and Maryland Eastern Shore is dominating this fifth game, looking to take a 3-2 lead and the opportunity to win another national championship into the next game. Eastern Shore winning the 2008 NCAA championship.
If UMES goes 9 miss, 9 miss, 9th and 10th frame, game's over. The best Vanderbilt can shoot now is 200 on the nose.
So you're saying pretty much you think this game's over, and pretty
It's
much
done.
is, yeah.
Now it's official. But again, Maria Rodriguez, the best bowler in women's collegiate bowling, needs 4 pins on 2 balls in the 10th frame.
Christina Fromm picking up this strike. Here's a look at Fromm's championship. That's pretty solid as well. Jessica Ernest, the younger sister of Josie Ernest, watched the national championship in '07 from her couch at home. She's got a front row seat today as a competitor, leaves the 10 pins standing. And that is pretty much going to do it. She's going to try to pick up the spare and then hope for a miracle.
Yeah, this game is over. I mean, now the best they can shoot if they mark here is 190. UMES is already at 197 if Maria Rodriguez decides to not even show up for the 10th frame.
Ernest does pick up the spare, but it's not enough. Maryland Eastern Shore has clinched the 5th game and is now 1 game away from the national championship. We'll see if they can avoid a 7th game, or can Vanderbilt come back? We'll find out in a moment.